Is up? It is me, the political kid, and today we'll be talking about. Uh, I'm just gonna be ranking all of the U.S.'s major allies. Now, I won't be covering a lot of major non-NATO allies, so if you want a sequel, just subscribe, like, and comment. But anyway, we're gonna go from the west to the east to kind of get in this general vicinity. Also, I can't entirely go into major detail about Eastern European nations, but again, sequel. Asked for it, I guess. But anyway, Canada. Now, we've had a lot of tension with Canada, even today. But for the past century, there's been good relations, very warm and good relations. We are American brothers. We were colonized by British. We both majority speak English. We heavily rely on immigrants, and we have a lot of the same climate if you only count the southern part of Canada. Because if you do like a little bit over 10 miles above the American Canadian border, it literally just turns you into a ice cube. However, we do have a lot of cultural, linguistic, and just historical good relations between us. And due to that, they are a good ally in a lot of situations where it is defensive. When it's us going against somebody else, they're not as likely to support us, but when we are attacked, it is most likely that Canada will support us. So, due to that reason, and the reason that I am technically a Canadian American, I will put it at an 8.5 out of 10. Good score. Um, anyway, this might be not. So, we got Iceland. Iceland doesn't have military, so they can't really do that much for us. But hey, I know a lot of Americans traveled to Iceland during World War II to kind of just occupy it, or I mean, to kind of just stay there so that there wouldn't be a threat to North Atlantic security, so that the Germans couldn't get it. Due to this, I'll give them a little boost, but due to them not having a military, I'm just gonna put them at a 4 out of 10. Also, they speak another language than us, so I don't know. Uh, at number 3, we got Portugal. So, Portugal has been heavily tied to Britain. I mean, it's been an ally for almost a millennium, and it's kind of been in. I mean, it's a colonizer state. It colonized a lot of the uh, New World, and it did kind of go with Spain, which is a historic enemy of us, but we don't really have that much beef with Portugal, and due to them kind of overthrowing their dictatorship, they've kind of liberalized in the past few years, and the sad fact that they're an honorary Balkan member, uh, I will just boost them up a bit to a 7 out of 10. Next up, we got Spain. Now, Spain has definitely been in a very tense relationship with us, considering that we've taken a lot of territory from them, especially their successor in the North American land, Mexico. We've taken a lot from them. However, we do have good relations with many Mexican, Spanish, and just generally Latino and Latina communities in the United States. However, historically, we've kind of been enemies. I mean, Cuba, the whole Louisiana Purchase, and just general rivalries, and also they had a dictatorship for a lot of decades. Uh, just historically, kind of kind of iffy, but culturally, linguistically, I mean, actually, maybe not linguistically, but overall, they're good slash okay So, due to that fact, I'll give them a 6.5 out of 10. Next up, we got the United Kingdom. Now, uh, whole tea the whole Boston Tea Party and a few revolutions will do that for you. Also, in 1812 war and just a lot of tensions between their Canadian colony and us will do a lot to mess up our relations. However, due to them being a general good ally, a lot of ethnic, linguistic, cultural connections, we have had a good relationship, especially in the past century. And due to that, I'll give them a 7.5 out of 10. And the reason it's not higher is because we've kind of have a historical rivalry in North America. Next up, France. Now, the French people are very tied to us in a lot of ways. They help us gain our independence, the whole Statue of Liberty thing, and we saved them in World War One and World War Two when they're getting their butts kicked, kinda. So, due to that and a lot of just good sentimentality between the two nations, I will give France a 9 out of 10, especially since they've put a lot of their military compared to other nations and kind of been the leader in a lot of military and just economic sectors of Europe, which is kind of tied to us. So, do that, 8.5 out of 10. Denmark. Now, I'm sorry I didn't cover Denmark earlier, even though they technically do own Greenland. However, due to recent tensions, I'm just gonna say quickly, about a 6.5 out of 10. I mean, we did buy some islands and some stuff from there, so we do have normally good relations and stuff, but we've definitely had a lot of tensions, especially recently. So, 6.5 out of 10. Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg. We don't really care that much about it. We kind of just see, oh, is it that French, German, British hybrid? So, as an American, I could go for as a person, I could go further into detail, but in a general vicinity, I will just give him a 7.5 out of 10. Germany. Now, Germany has been against us for a long time. However, recently and historically, before they went crazy, they were okay in a sense. I mean, we kind of had a lot of good relations since there's many German Americans. They they were against the British in the late 19th century, which did help us gain influence in North America, and just generally there's just a good sentimentality, especially between Bavarian Germans and Americans. So due to that, I will give them a 7 out of 10. The only reason it's not higher is the 1914 to 1945 stuff. Anyway, Italy. Now, Italy is a very good ally, especially when they betray our enemies. All I gotta say. There's many Italian Americans, and generally just good relations between us. 8 out of 10. Norway, Sweden, Finland. Now, they've kind of recently joined NATO, specifically Sweden and Finland, and there is many Nordic Americans in America, and just due to that, and just good cultural, cultural, and just good ethnic relations, I'll give them an 8 out of 10. Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. Isn't that just a sub-region of Poland? That's a lot of Americans think about them, which is kind of sad since they do contribute a lot compared to, since they don't produce a lot, and even if it seems like they don't give a lot, for their size, they do give a lot. I'll give them an 8 out of 10. Poland, Hungary, Czechia, and Slovakia. Now, Central European nations. not really against us, not really supporting us. But Poland is kind of good in a lot of ways, and Czechia, Slovakia, we have good relations with them. It's mainly just Hungary that is a very big issue. But due to their kind of good rhetoric, I'll give them 7.5 out of 10. That's going to be it. I'll be talking about other U.S. allies if you want a sequel, but if you don't, I don't really care. I'm sorry. But if you loved the video, subscribe, like, comment, share with others, and yes, I am a political kid, even though my generation is deep fried. But that's going to be it. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.